Hey family, welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into one of the greatest stories of God's calling, training, and deliverance, the story of Moses. A man saved by God from birth, shaped by God in the desert, empowered by God to free a nation, and honored by God at death. If you're ready for inspiration, revelation, and transformation, let's go. Moses was born in a dangerous era. Pharaoh ordered every Hebrew male child to be killed. But hear this, when the enemy targets a generation, God raises a deliverer. His parents, Amram and Jochebed, hid him for 3 months. The Bible says, "She saw he was a goodly child, and she hid him 3 months." Exodus 2:2. When she couldn't hide him anymore, she placed him in a waterproof basket on the Nile. And God directed the current. Not the crocodile, not Pharaoh, the current. Pharaoh's daughter found him and adopted him as a prince, and God made his own mother nurse him right there in the palace. Listen, what the enemy meant to destroy, God preserved for destiny. He grew up with Egyptian power, wealth, and education, but he carried a Hebrew heart. One day Moses saw an Egyptian beating a Hebrew. He rose in defense and killed the Egyptian. Afraid for his life, Moses fled to Midian. Sometimes the escape is part of the script. You can run from Egypt, but you can't run from God's calling. In Midian, Moses became a shepherd, married Zipporah, and learned patience. Why a shepherd? Because you can't lead millions if you can't lead sheep. Wilderness seasons aren't wasted seasons. God trains his greatest leaders in silence before he displays them in power. While shepherding, Moses saw a bush burning, but not consumed. God spoke, "Come now, therefore, I will send thee unto Pharaoh." Exodus 3:10. Moses replied, "I can't speak well." And God answered, "I will be with thy mouth." Then he gave him Aaron to assist. Here's the rule of divine assignment. God doesn't need perfection, he needs obedience. He returned and stood before Pharaoh. "Let my people go." Pharaoh said no. So God said plagues, and heaven visited Egypt 10 times. Blood, frogs, darkness, death, until Pharaoh finally said, "Go." But freedom didn't end the fight. The Egyptian army pursued them. Israel panicked. Moses prayed. God said, "Stretch your hand." And the sea obeyed Moses because Moses obeyed God. When you trust God, the road opens where human logic ends. Israel crossed on dry ground. Egypt drowned in the same corridor. Deliverance complete. In the wilderness, Moses received manna, produced water from rock, defeated enemies, interceded for rebels, loved a stiff-necked people anyway. Until one day anger spoke louder than instruction. God said, "Speak to the rock." Moses struck the rock. The miracle still flowed, but so did the consequence. Partial obedience produces miracles, but full obedience produces promises. He would see the land, but not enter it. God buried his servant at 120. Moses climbed Mount Nebo. God showed him the promised land. Then God buried him himself. The Bible says, "No prophet arose like Moses, whom the Lord knew face to face." Deuteronomy 34:10. This is honor men can't give, only God can. Family, here's your takeaway. You may start like a rejected baby, but if God preserved you, called you, trained you, and walks with you, your story ends in his hands, not the enemy's. Stay faithful, stay obedient, stay called. If this blessed you, like, share, subscribe, and comment #LetMyPeopleGo. God bless you. See you in the next video.